call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Losene Keita is 27 years old, 5'9", and a 16-1 record in his pro career, taking on Patricio Pitbull Frere, who is 38 years old, 5'6", with a 65.5-inch reach and 36-7 in his career. So Keita is making his UFC debut, taking on Patricio Pitbull, which is crazy. Shows what kind of high hopes the UFC has for him and the respect that they have for Keita, giving him such a tough test in his UFC debut. But he's very good. He's 16-1 in his career. The only loss that he had was I think he broke his foot in one of those fights. But been a pro since he was 21 years old. Just a very savage striker who throws with really bad intentions. Just has very vicious power. He has a very aggressive style, forward pressure style. Fought really good competition over in the Octagon promotion. And has decent takedown defense. Has very timely sprawls. He's athletic, has good hips, and does a good job of punishing takedown attempts, landing knees, landing elbows on guys, and really kind of deterring guys from wanting to change levels on him. 69% takedown defense, which is better than average, but I think that's going to be the pathway to victory in this one for Patricio Pitbull, who, former Bellator champ, high-level black belt. Recently had neck surgery where he says he feels like 10 years younger, so we'll see how this one plays out. He had a good performance in his last fight against Dan Ige. Kind of a boring fight, but to get past somebody like Dan Ige is pretty impressive. Before that, he was getting beat on the feet by Yair Rodriguez, so who knows. But he has really good calf kicks, feints very well, stands really tall in his stance, for only being 5'6", but good counters, has really patient pressure, kind of picks his shots, fights at a measured pace. Very confident in his one-punch punching power, but at times causes him to kind of wait for that perfect shot, and allows guys to get ahead of him. So sometimes he doesn't get a lot of volume out there, but can be lacking of urgency at times. I think that's what we saw in his fight with Yair Rodriguez, where he just couldn't get out of first gear, it seemed like. So I'm going to go with Losene Keita in this one. Pitbull, I think he'll just be a little bit too upright, too hesitant to throw, and kind of waiting for Losene to be the one to initiate the combinations. I think he'll be waiting to counter against Losene, but in the process just be eating shots. His chin is kind of suspect as of late. He was dropped in his second to last fight. I think it was against Jeremy Kennedy. He was dropped by Yair Rodriguez as well. I'm concerned that maybe however many fights he's had, 43 fights he's had. He's just taken a lot of punishment. He's 38 years old, which is pretty old for for this weight class, 145 pounds. So got tons of tread on the tires. I just think he won't be able to get going first against Losene Keita, and that's not somebody that you want to be on the back end of the punches of. I think Keita's just going to be getting out there out front, landing his strikes, and just not really letting Pitbull get his game plan going. I think he'll just be waiting to counter the longer, taller guy. I just don't think that's gonna work out for him very well. Losene's the type of guy that can put a lot of volume out there and go 3 hard rounds. And we've seen that against really good competition. So I can see Pitbull getting this to the ground and winning the grappling for sure. And that's definitely probably his pathway to victory and his strategy in this one. But I don't know. He won his last fight against Dan Ige by mixing in the wrestling. And Dan Ige is just so 50-50. I don't know how I feel about that fight, but he's also not the best wrestler. Has 57% takedown defense. So I just think Patricio Pitbull Frere, if he's pushing in, trying to get takedowns against somebody like Keita, he's just going to be eating a lot of shots against the younger, faster, more explosive guy, the bigger guy. I just think it's not a very good matchup for Pitbull. He did just fight as well. Didn't take tons of damage, but hopping right back in there. I get it. He's on the older side, trying to get as many fights in as he can before he retires. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Losene Keita in this one. I think he can get the KO. If not, get a decision. Thanks.